All right, you're listening to episode 7 of the Bachelor podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Bachelor podcast, a show about everything but nothing at the same time. Two guys that took jobs away from their families and living the Bachelor lifestyle.
All right, my name is Landon, and I'm joined by...
Hey, this is Duane. Welcome to episode 7.
That's right, I already said that in the first place, so you don't get a repeat. I'm the intro guy, so that's kind of that's my thing. So, anyways, let's move on to... let's see if I can figure out this mic thing here. Sounds horrible. Again, we had issues last week. I guess I wasn't as loud as I thought I was.
Yeah, you were a little bit more quiet.
Which is usually the opposite. So, and I feel like I'm definitely more quiet right now. Do you not feel like I'm distorted? Let's just click some buttons here while we go at it, and we'll see what we can do. You know,
Let's just go on with the episode. We'll worry about that fixing it
what
later.
what about now? Huh? Anyways, so back to let's see. We had a few things happen. Do you have a would you rather?
I came up with a would you rather. Would you rather?
Would you rather?
So it's a little bit more serious than what yours is, but we'll go with it anyway.
Serious?
Yeah. So, would you rather binge Netflix or binge reading?
I don't feel like that's even an option right now. I don't think it's that serious. Mine was definitely more serious because it's about working out. But I'm pretty sure everybody, with the exception of like two people I know, they might be sisters, would rather binge Netflix.
I'm not going to lie. I would rather binge Netflix, but don't you feel a little bit more guilty if you binge Netflix versus if you had read something, maybe made yourself a little bit better?
No, I don't have that issue at all.
You're good with it either way.
It really does not faze me one bit. I am okay with not reading.
I would say, like I said, binge Netflix, but I really would rather binge reading.
I'm so far behind on podcasts right now, it's ridiculous. So that's about what I do.
So you're bringing in binge podcasts, binge Netflix.
It depends. When I'm working, I'd rather binge podcast. When I'm sitting at home, not working out or not working, probably podcast or driving. Definitely. I'll tell you what, driving and watching Netflix is not a recommended thing.
No, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
So,
eyes on the road. Focus on the road.
Eyes on the road. As soon as I figure out how to hook that big screen TV in my pretty car, I'll start driving and watching Netflix.
Especially right now, eyes on the road, because we're traveling at night, early mornings, at dawn, and we just had a friend of ours, Pete, smoked a deer this morning in his truck on 63.
It wasn't a bread truck, right? Because my wife was telling me that a bread truck smoked a deer this morning.
No, it wasn't a bed truck. It was his. It was just a pickup truck, but he smoked it. He did some damage.
But anyways, back on our weeks, we did get to see each other a few more times.
Made you a little bit more happy that you got to see me an extra day for the week.
I saw you twice, actually. I saw you Friday night.
We met for dinner.
And Sunday. You tried to make me feel bad because you forgot my birthday first, and you didn't even have it on Facebook, and I don't feel bad. Like, if you're going to make somebody feel guilty, you better find somebody besides me.
I knew you wouldn't feel guilty. Like, I just still going to make fun of you.
I do not care.
But you questioned me several times. You're like, was it really? No, it wasn't. Was it? But
no.
Yeah,
like,
several times.
You come up with all these, things for the podcast. I really don't.
Well, I mean, you forgot it. It's cool. Didn't even know when it was. At least I knew when yours was. I just forgot it. That's different.
I knew it was after mine.
But say we had one other Special K that did something extra special for me on my birthday.
What was that?
Well, so we'd gone out the night before, and he owed me a meal. So we stopped McDonald's, going in early because they got an early movement, and we get our breakfasts and go back to the armory. I run to take care of something. I come back and I get into my bag looking for my sandwich and my hash brown. Hash brown's my favorite. That's the first thing I go to every time first. It's gone. I'm like, crap, they didn't put my hash brown in. So I went to Cordy. I'm like, hey, did you eat my hash brown?
Like,
and he ate it.
well, here's the thing.
He ate it. He said, I forgot. I'm like, how do you forget? He says, I was on the phone, put my hand in the bag. Next thing I know, I'm eating your hash brown. I'm like, well, at least you didn't turn it over, slide it back in, and I would have started eating it from the other side.
I feel like if anybody needed the extra calories, it would definitely be that of one Cordy.
Well, so I didn't say anything. I gave him crap about it, and I waited for him to leave. And I texted him. I'm like, you know what's worse than stealing another man's hash brown?
What's that?
Stealing it on his birthday.
Oh. Well, I think that you just do it for all shock and awe, like, oh, you forgot my birthday because you're trying to make me feel bad. But
Yeah, I really don't care.
either way, so your daughter played on my wife's softball team.
Yep. They were short some players and asked her to.
Yeah. The beauty of this is you would think that my wife is got a child playing softball. The fact of the matter is she has no child playing softball. She just coaches the team. Now, granted, we do have a friend, but I've never seen, I mean, I have my issues with, like, going overboard on certain things I do. But with softball, that woman will, like, drop everything. Like, kids what? I don't have any kids. She's all about that softball.
I don't know if she's that bad, but
No, it is. I mean, she used to drive Kansas City just to play softball.
well, she's got a passion for it.
Well, it also makes her very angry. Like, I've never seen her so angry in my entire life as then, like, if her team doesn't do what she thought that they should do. So oh man, she is so angry.
Well, so my daughter, she hung out at your all's place, and she was texting me through the evenings. She was busting your chops a little bit.
She's rad. All right, she tells on me.
She said, one, his car's not pretty.
This is like,
and
what?
then two,
listen to a 13-year-old girl.
She says it's not fast.
She doesn't even know. She didn't even get in there.
Well, I told her it wasn't fast.
No, like, and then, like, I was trying to take filters and send them to people on Snapchat.
Through your daughter's Snapchat.
Yeah, well, I have to keep an eye on her, but you never know what she's going to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was texting a mutual friend, also one of the other girls that play softball that her mom coaches with us. So, I mean, I was just taking filters. I did the beautiful butterfly thingy. It, made me look pretty.
Made your skin soft. Yeah.
Not so leather cracked and, I was...
I just do all the Halloween ones.
I remember when I first started up in my job up in the when I went full time, and there's this girl there, and she goes, "Oh, I've got some wrinkle cream to fix your eyes."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Okay."
Dang.
Well, I remember, we'll just call her Paleo. Well, let's call her Paleo Pothead.
Paleo Pothead.
We would always go back and forth about her having big bug eyes when I was like, get them big bug eyes away from me. And she's like, what's up, crow's feet? Just constantly talking back and forth. But
she's good people.
Yeah, she is. She probably doesn't listen to our podcast. And that hurts a little bit because we showed her so much love when she first started back after having a baby. If you ask us, not her.
Yeah, don't ask her that.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so played softball. I went to some games, and I watched Netflix. That's about my weekend.
Let's see. We had dinner with you all, did the switch with the daughter. That next day, got up, drove up north, went to my son's last football game. Fortunately, they got stomped.
About like softball.
It was no bueno. But anyway, and then me and my wife, I took a cruise through kind of some of the back roads, fall weather. She's into all to the pretty colors. I don't know how many times she said, "Oh my gosh, aren't the leaves just beautiful?" Over and over, and yeah, I got her on several slug bugs because she was looking at the trees all weekend.
I do not endorse women abuse. I I do not
No,
hit women.
she wails on me.
So anyways, now that we got that over with, it's probably she likes the colors because it's kind of like the autobiography. She's a photography. Is that what
Photographer.
photographer
Graphic design.
graphic design?
Yeah, there you go. It's easier to say.
Not a very expedient graphic designer, as it took her a month to draw
Listen,
our barbell.
quit
Like
poking the bear.
a barbell.
Quit poking the bear.
It has round circles and a bar. Like, I feel like it shouldn't have taken that long. Anyways,
Besides that, moving on.
so what is our next topic? Do we want to move on to Netflix maybe? Or?
Yeah, let's tackle this Netflix since neither of us have regular TV that we can watch. Most of our watching is either YouTube or Netflix or Prime. So the theme is what Netflix show original series are you most looking forward to?
Well, I did not think that was a question of that. I did watch a new Netflix show this weekend that just came out. It was called Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah, you were late to the game because you was watching this.
Oh, I already told you about this?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to stop telling you
You
things.
dined yourself out at the game.
Well, it was definitely interesting. It's done by the same people. Well, okay, guys, let's face it. I have the taste of a teenage girl.
Wait a minute.
In movies and in books and stuff.
Okay.
So, Riverdale, which is a CW show,
Don't know.
and it's based off the Archie comics.
Okay.
So, it's made by the same people, or the same people made Sabrina, and it's not like the Melissa Joan Hart Sabrina that you remember. Did you even watch the old Sabrina?
No.
It's got a talking cat named Salem.
Nope.
Well, it's got a cat named Salem, but he doesn't talk. Either way, it's really weird, kind of dark, but that's definitely my favorite. Well, I wouldn't say favorite, but it's something I watched.
Well, the one that the wife and I were most looking forward to watching is Making a Murderer. Not the first season, the second season.
The second season just came out. I saw
it did, and let me tell you, the first two, kind of a snooze fest. I wasn't into it, but I'm going to stay with it because I just want to keep following that story.
Yeah, I definitely have another one. Schitt's Creek, Schitts. It's got Eugene Levy. You probably don't know who that is, do you?
I'm horrible.
It was
with names.
American Pie. You know American Pie?
Yeah.
It was the dad with the big eyebrows.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's got him in there, and then it's got his boy, his actual son, that plays in there too. And it's basically about a group that just they're rich and then they lost money somehow or another, and they live in this hotel that they own the town of called Schitt's Creek. And it's a pretty good
comedy.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. They're probably like three seasons in, I think. So.
All right, so my next pick was Terrorism Close Calls. It's a docuseries about terror attacks that were found out and stopped before they happened, actually in the United States. I watched the first episode. It was super, super interesting how they tracked and captured these three individuals who were planning to go onto the subways in New York City and detonate suicide bombs. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched a few documentaries on there, but not too many. Of course, Making Murder and stuff like that. But my next, I'm just gonna wrap them all up in one. It's
Let her rip.
It's all the Marvel series, which I realize like two of them have been canceled. From what I hear,
is one of them the Punisher?
Yeah. So Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, and the Defenders, which is kind of like the Avengers of that Marvel Netflix. It has all of them together. But I think Iron Fist and Luke Cage got canceled, if I'm not mistaken.
So I don't know. I'm hoping that they come back out with a third season of this. Stranger Things. Have you seen both?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely be a second or a third season of that for sure.
I'm ready for that. You got more?
I've got a few more.
Go ahead.
The Ranch, which is
Yeah, we watched a couple of those, and I just never got into it.
Oh, it's funny. I mean, it's a bit vulgar and stuff, but it's definitely one of my favorite shows. We'll see how it all works out now with well, I call him Hyde off a '70s show, but he's no longer on there because he got himself in some trouble. But
so the next one is actually Adam Sandler's new stand-up, 100% Authentic, I think it's what it's called. But it's his new stand-up on there. He does a lot of stuff now, goes straight to Netflix.
Well, he's got a deal with him. I mean, I think he had like a 4-movie deal, actually more than that. There were some rough ones on there that I watched. Some of his
think
movies.
I've watched all of them. I think they're hilarious.
There was one where was it him with they stole some money or something. They were undercover somewhere.
Yeah,
in
he
a
tried
beach
to play
house.
like he was undercover, and he was with us. Like,
that one was rough.
I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't watch The Cobbler. I know I watched. Oh, Ridiculous Six. That was pretty bad. But yeah, that. And I'm trying to think. I know that there was a couple more that I was looking forward to. Well, Joe Rogan's new comedy special.
Hilarious.
Hilarious. Is it the new one or
the new one?
The old one.
The new one.
I just watched the old one, but I haven't watched the new one.
It's good. Another one for mine is Mindhunter. It's based on crime book. Mindhunter inside the FBI's elite serial crime unit. They interview with different serial killers, which helps solving ongoing cases. It's kind of eerie, the things that they do, the things that they ask in there. It's a good series. I don't know how much truth is in it, but I could definitely see them, trying that avenue at some point.
That wasn't like the '70s serial killer, was it? Or yeah,
yeah.
I think I watched a few episodes.
There's another one out there that's on Netflix. I think. Well, I don't think it's original Netflix though. The Unabomber. They did a whole series on that, but I don't think that's an original Netflix series.
But I mean, that's I've got a whole bunch of. I like majority of the originals and stuff, but I mean, I'm not going to go all the way down in that path and stuff. But
I got one more.
Okay.
Wild Wild Country.
I watched the first episode. I couldn't get hooked in it.
It's controversial Indian guru Bhagwan Rashish and his personal assistant and their community of followers try to take over Wasco County, Oregon. And the first
It's based off a true story.
Yeah, it happened in the 80s. And you think,
What were you, like 30 back then?
I was close. I was like...
I was born in the 80s.
7. It's just crazy that happened so close in time. Granted, thinking now it's 2018, so it's not so close anymore. But
no, it's been a minute. But either way, that kind of wraps up our shows. Of course, there's a whole bunch of other different, Netflix shows that you can go into. I mean, if you just scroll through the originals, I mean, I'm sure a lot of our listeners are saying they've seen all kinds of them.
Seen it, check, sucked, check, good, check.
I've seen some really weird ones. There's one about a beauty pageant that I definitely regret watching. I don't even... the girl on there was pretty... I mean, she's a pretty well-known actress. I'm just trying to think of her name.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
We failed miserably when we tried to talk about actresses or actors.
No, I succeeded.
One.
You said Alien, and I said Sigourney Weaver.
Yes.
I am...
That's the one you got.
I'm definitely... Like, I am probably the best
I'm
person
over. I'm not going to lie. But you're like, 1 for 8.
All right, let me think about it here really quick. I'm going to get her name, and I don't know her name. I'm trying to even picture her face. As soon as I see her face, I'll be able to... I don't even know. It was bad. But...
Well, so today, after work, you got to my location a little bit earlier, and decided we were going to do a little workout.
That is true. It was what you really call a burner.
It's one of those workouts where after you got done, you could get that metallic taste in your mouth. You were going so hard.
It went a lot faster than what I was planning on going.
So lay out the scheme for him.
Doesn't really sound that horrible on paper. I do believe it was 21, 15, 9. In between, now granted we started at separate points, but pretty much you do 21 of both movements and then 30 double unders or 60 singles is what I did.
And for those that don't know what double unders are, that's when the rope passes underneath your feet twice on one jump.
They're really hard to do if you're not coordinated.
They're not that bad.
Once you get them, you have them. The problem is I don't have them.
So you end up doing 60 singles.
Yeah. And then I do believe, I don't even know what the kettlebell was. Probably it was a mid-size one.
I think it was 53.
53. 21 of those on down at 15, 9. And then 21 power cleans at 95. So, I mean, it hurt.
So you started on the cleans, which I think for me was the taxing one. Of all three movements, that was the taxing one. Now, granted,
I can do cleans all day
you
long.
started first on that movement. That was my last movement.
I think it was the easiest one, so I definitely had the hardest go. Definitely, I would say.
No.
Cleans are easy.
Okay, so next week we'll flip it up. You'll start on double unders. I'll start on cleans, and we'll see what's worse.
I felt like a housewife. I clean so well.
God,
I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
Who said that? Because you didn't make it.
No,
up.
I just made up with. I know that is a Landon Pummel original. I just said my whole name on the podcast. Either way, yeah, not my wife. She is not good at cleaning. I'm definitely gonna get a divorce at the end of this. But she yelled at me for no reason yesterday. And she realizes that, so she's got this coming.
So in the workout,
I like how you're
trying
to save my marriage.
Yeah, I'm trying to save your marriage.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about you out there. All right, take it easy on him.
Yeah,
he did go out to eat tonight because he forgot his turkey burger.
You just. Why do you got to throw me under the bus all the time? It's like throw Landon under the bus.
Oh, and it's a barbell. It's a bar with two round things.
That's different, all right? I was yelling, or my wife yelled at me for no reason. I'm yelling at your wife because she took forever doing something that she does.
Stop yelling at my wife.
Don't act like you care.
Back to the workout.
Okay.
So... get through the first round was not that good. I was starting to feel it after getting off of the cleans. Round 2, round of 15, I think I did several singles just to get through that.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And then we get to the last round, which is a round of 9, still 30 double unders. And the whole time on that last round, I'm thinking, if I let him beat me, I'm not going to hear the end of it, and it's going to be all tonight's podcast. That's it. So I did it for you folks out there, so you didn't have to listen to him gloat.
Honestly, I promise you, I wouldn't have brought that up at all. I was in pain. I was taking a break because I thought that you would go slower, and then you sped up at the end.
Well,
so I was pacing it out there that last round for sure. I
kept watching.
Not that I could do too much more, but.
Okay, he quit. I can rest for a second. Thank you. Thank you. But for all it was, if you hadn't have been there and I just did it by myself, I would have slacked. There's no doubt. I would have not pushed myself. So you're saying that
you're glad that I came. That's what I got.
I got a better workout that you came, and I beat you, so that's all that really matters.
I do not like your smugness.
Hey, this is redemption from last week's workout.
How do you figure?
You beat me on the deadlifts, and you pointed that out. But you also pointed out that your back was killing you.
I beat you on deadlifts every single time. As long as there's no other movement, I'm going to beat you every time. I promise you that. Same with cleans.
Then why don't you ever? That's why you don't ever let me pick the workouts.
No, you were like, you wanted to do some freaking 60-minute workout, and I'm like, look, CrossFit is short. All right, that's the good thing
Well,
about
we
CrossFit.
went into this, and you're like, I don't care, you decide. I'm like, okay, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't like your tone. This is what we're gonna do.
You know, I am not one on endurance workouts. I got about a 5 to
I
10
don't
minute
know if
window.
anyone followed your Instagram post today. You are a cardiovascular
That was yesterday. Thanks for
guru.
pointing that out. I did record why people do not do cardio, like record their cardio workouts. Essentially, all I did was I got on like 4 different cardio machines and I recorded it for 5 seconds to make it look like I was doing that. And again,
Are you kidding me?
wait till the video because the video just went off again. White swore to me that he had this fixed, and apparently he does not. I have about as much faith as you as your geographic or geographic. I can't even say it. All I want to say is geographic bachelor. But
Geo Bachelor, first of all.
yeah, but your graphic designer.
Maybe this is just a sign we don't need to do YouTube.
I told you this a long time ago. I am not pretty. I have a face for radio, as they say.
Dang it.
But the problem is I don't have a voice for radio either.
Okay, so you need to talk to your wife. We need a new camera.
We need an. Okay, I'll talk to the accountant. We'll see how that goes. She's really not on board with this whole thing. So I just have to show her that. Granted, we're never going to make money on this, so this will definitely be a loss. No, without a doubt, we will not make any money. But we can't even get the audio quality right. But maybe if we had that new recorder, maybe our audio quality would be right because we would be hooking up not through USB. I don't know. Anybody have any questions about how to start a podcast? You come talk to this guy right here. I'll tell you what, I've watched enough videos, but I'm still sucking at it.
Yeah, well, at least today, getting the mic set up didn't take as long.
No, but I'm sure I sound distorted. I can hear it. I don't care. We are not an audio podcast, but
we don't articulate well either.
I can't say my words.
So, moving on from
I feel like
stupid
this is
camera. I've got them all flustered right now. But so this past summer, we go on a work event away from the office, and it's a group of us. We're going on a float trip. We do some training exercises, and I'm reading this book at this time, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna bring this up. It's gonna be good. Everyone's gonna like it. No one's gonna know where it came from. You know, they're gonna think it's original content. So the question was, what fills your tank, and what depletes your tank? Meaning, what things at work, brings you down, deflates you. Something that you struggle with. It's like, I don't want to deal with this. And then what's the things, outside that fills you back up that, hey, I'm ready to go back in and do that. And they had all kinds of different answers and different questions. And, hey, this is what I do. This is what hurts me. And which I was looking for this stuff for both ends. I'm looking, hey, what fills this person's tank and what depletes it. That way, when we're working together, if I see something that, hey, this depletes it on him or her, let's try to mitigate it so that we get better work out of them, right? Well, I handed out this book that I was reading, completely forgot about it, and I get a text on Friday. She's like, hey, I know where you got what fills your tank. I'm like, dang it. I'm like, just keep that between us.
Yeah. See, I come up with all original material, so I don't have this issue at all. I'm like a walking encyclopedia, if I knew how to spell it.
I don't believe that at all.
Well, I realize that, the whole team building thing that I talked about and stuff. One of the things that they had us do when I started that new job was take a personality test. And I'm assigning you homework because I'm the boss of this podcast.
First of all, you don't assign me anything.
I am assigning you to take a personality test, and we'll have fun with it next week.
Are you going to divulge yours? Are you
Yeah,
retaking this?
I will retake it. I've taken it 3 times now. Got 2 different personalities because Cindy said I am definitely not what I was, an INTJ, which is it's really not me. But it's called I call it the Briggs and Stratton. It's not actually called Briggs and Stratton. It's called the Meyer-Briggs test, I think. And I feel like you should do that, and you just tell me what it is, and I will have a whole bunch of research, and I think it will be fun. And I do encourage anybody else, if you work in a group environment, have them take this because you can kind of see what it works with. If you would have told me 2 years ago that the narcissist myself would be interested in personalities, it really is fun to dive down and actually look into.
Well, I'll do it for content of the podcast, but I will not do it because you told me to do it.
Or you're going to do it because I told you to do it.
Well, then you better come up with more content for the podcast.
Either way. So, I think that wraps up our podcast for the most part. I feel like we should either extend the podcast. I feel like they're a little short. Of course, if you can't get this video thing figured out, it's kind of pointless because it only lasts about 20 minutes. Oh, I got it figured out. We just got to record on a lower. You're the video guy. I'm the audio guy.
And I failed. And
succeeding.
I failed. And you need to work on your voice because you're awful low.
Because I have a man voice. That's why.
Not like that, like volume wise. But hey, so give us some content. Let us know what you think. Like, subscribe, share.
We definitely need some more feedback. We did. We are on TuneIn now, and we are on Google Play as well as the others, with the exception of what is it? iHeartRadio. I just don't know what's happening. And we have a Facebook page.
Yep.
Thanks to moi and not noir. You.
That's okay.
I think
that's okay.
Yeah, you can't do that. All right,
but what's the Facebook page?
It's called the Geo Bachelor Podcast. It's pretty simple. We like to keep it simple around here.
And we're also on Instagram at the Geo Bachelor Podcast.
The Geo Bachelors, I think. I don't know. Either way, who cares? All the content on the Facebook page.
Our listeners care.
No, they don't care.
I'm pretty sure they care.
Either way, please share us on Facebook. I'm sorry that my other co-host hasn't went on his Facebook and invited all of his friends to join the podcast or the Facebook group because
I don't have Facebook.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Don't lie. You do. You lie to me. Either way, you're going to add all your 2 friends so that way we can have more.
I'm going to delete one of them, so I'm going to be down to 1.
I'm already on the podcast. But, I mean, we're having a good time here. Like I said, comment. Please give us some feedback. Comment. And whoever the jerk was that gave us 1 star on iTunes, I will find you. Okay? I'm pretty sure it's my daughter, but I will find you.
But have a good night, folks. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
All right. Ready?
Out.
I've really got to stop doing that with my left hand. Ow.
You got this thing backwards.
Oh, my God. We're leaving this in right now.